alone, you're purchasing slavery. Every time an African nation accepts a loan from abroad, they are in essence giving up a part of their freedom.
What are they getting loans for?
For infrastructure.
Oh, to just
exactly. Because remember now, when you took over the country, you had no bank, you had no reserve, you had no credit line. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's like I just came into this office right now and kicked you out because you stole it from me.
Right.
You start blowing up all the speakers and
right.
whoa.
Yeah.
He said, all right, you want me to leave it? You're going to pay me for it.
Right.
Then you leave. I still got what you left.
Yeah.
But you did some damage to it.
Right.
I got to repair that. And I got the bill on top of that.
To pay. Yeah.
Because remember, when you was running my country, you only did what you needed to do to exploit the resources.
Right.
You didn't give us no schools. You ain't give us no houses. You could give it.
Nothing about that.
Hell, you would kill us if we didn't. You follow?
Yeah.
So I need money. Who going? We ain't got no line of credit because this is the first day of the new country.
You gotta go to the same individuals
that destroyed you, robbed you, raped you, enslaved you, colonized you, and take out a loan. So you know what they gonna do? They gonna set the terms in such a way that every time you come back for more money, all you doing is giving me more control over your decision-making power. So the first thing they do is they're going to charge you 1,000% interest. This is why with every loan, Africa gets in worse condition. With every loan, Africa gets in worse condition. Second thing they're going to do, they got something called structural adjustment programs. You know what that means? That means we're going to dictate how you're going to run your economy. And the first thing we're going to dictate is you must not prohibit any European businesses from coming into your country to operate their businesses and sell to your people. Why is that a problem? Because it means I cannot protect any homegrown national industries. Let me give you an example. You in Ghana, right? In Ghana, let's say you got palm oil. Senegal, you got salt.
Right.
Zambia, you got tea. Nigeria, you got coffee. Right? So you might say, I got my own coffee. I don't need Maxwell House. I got my own tea. I don't need Lipton.
Right.
I got my own salt. I don't need Morton's.
Right.
I got my own chicken. I don't need Purdue.
Right.
White man said, The terms of this loan mean you must have a free market economy. When you hear the word free market economy, you know what that means?
Mean whoever had the most money win.
Exactly. Yeah. So guess what? I can't compete with Morton salt.
Yeah.
They can grow it quicker. They can refine it. They can sell it cheap. You follow?
Right.
So now you got a national company owned by the government competing in their own country with a foreign company selling the same thing.
With government backing.
So when you go to Africa, you say, why are Africans in Senegal buying Morton salt from America when Senegal is known for its salt? Because when Morton comes to Senegal, they can sell the native salt industry lower price, quicker, more, and they put you out of business.
Yeah.
That's why you got African country that grow tea, importing tea from Europe.
Crazy.
You got your own chicken. You importing chicken from America with all these chickens you got. Why? Because you can't compete with them. They sabotage your economy. Now you dependent on them.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Now you dependent.
Yeah.
And then the third thing they do, so you got your structural adjustment, which basically sabotage your economy.
Right.
1,000% interest, sabotage your freedom.
Right.
And then they got this new thing that came in under Obama. It was already there, but Obama made it stronger, and that is population control planning. Oh, yes, brother. Oh, yes. You know what this means? You want this money? You're going to do three things. Number one, birth control, abortion, and hysterectomy must be made freely available to the women. Oh, yes. You're going to push birth control. Yes. Yes. You're going to push contraceptives. Yes. Yes. You're going to push hysterectomy. In fact, you're going to pay black women to get their insides taken. Oh, yes. When I was in South Africa, I'll never forget it, 2005, my first time there. I've been there many times since. On the way to the airport, there was a big billboard. It said, hysterectomies, $500 we will pay you. Did you hear that? You don't have to pay us. We're going to give you $500 to get your reproductive system taken out. And guess what? Because of the economy that has been created in Africa by the white man, a lot of our sisters go for it because economically it's so stressful to live. African poverty is nothing like black American poverty.
Right.
Go to the worst hood in America, the worst hood. It can't compete with a ghetto in Johannesburg, a ghetto in Ghana, a ghetto in Sierra Leone. Brother, it don't even begin to compete with it. You see, you're talking about poverty on a whole new level. So you got a young black girl struggling, already got 2 kids. White man saying, I'll give you $500 if you let me take out your reproductives. But what he ain't going to tell you is when he take out your reproductives, he probably going to put some cancer or some AIDS in you.
Shit, yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So, and then the LBGT, that's why that's being pushed in Africa too, under Obama. Remember, it was Barack Obama who went to the president of Uganda and Liberia, and I think Tanzania. And I was in Liberia around that time that crisis kicked, and Obama threatened many African nations. Those are just three that come to mind because those presidents stood up and said, you don't come here and tell us how to run our culture. We've been around this is the president of Uganda. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah. He said, we've been around 2 million years.
Yeah.
Who are you to come to my country and tell me that I have to make it legal for a man to marry a man? We are African. That is not how we build families. If y'all want to do that in Europe or America, you do that in Europe and America.
Right.
And Obama said, if you don't make gay marriage legal, we will cut off your aid. Here's the question. Why does an American president give a damn as to whether or not an African country legalizes homosexuality? Because through the legalization of homosexuality, you control the black population growth rate.
Sense.
Homosexuality is birth control. Lesbianism is birth control. Right. And it is a more powerful form of birth control than any pill or any contraceptive. This is an extermination. See, we've had 4 periods in our sojourn in America.
Right.
4 centuries, 4 periods. 1619, 1719. That was a period of shock. We was trying to understand what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
We never saw white folks before, a lot of us. We just took a 90-day boat ride through hell.
90 days.
Sleeping in feces and menstrual blood and shackled the dead bodies. And then you come out from that, a land you don't know, white folks you never seen, giving you names you don't relate to and forcing you to do work without pay. We were in trauma, brother. That first century was trauma. Second century, 1719 to 1819, that's when we begin to try to fight for our humanity. Because remember, the European enslavement of the African is the first slavery where the victim was stripped of their humanity.
Hey, it's your boy Looney from It's Up There Podcast. Thank you for watching the video you just watched, and make sure you subscribe by hitting the button you see on the screen, or go to the next video by hitting this right here you see on the screen. Big It's Up There Podcast.